Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1 million bucks, things in its cups. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh, yeah. Everybody out there listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Why don't you join in? Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Got to turn them out. Got to turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. Y'all listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Okay, here we go. Today, folks, this is a good one because today I want to share with you something that affects every living soul. And that one thing is your attitude. This affects everyone. It is your attitude. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but I mean, many of you who listen know this, but there are a lot of people who don't understand. A positive attitude can bring about a change. A positive attitude can bring about a change. Well, now here we go with the naysayers. Well, Steve, what you mean if I'm just positive being changed? My mama gone. What me being positive got to do with that? Okay, now listen to me carefully. A positive attitude can bring about change. Well, okay, Steve, I hear you saying that, but they done fired me. So now what does my having a positive attitude have to do with the fact that they fired me? Well, one more time. A positive attitude can bring about change. Well, Steve, I sat up in here and gave 8, 9, 12 years of my life to this man, and he cheated on me and walked out. Now, what does me being positive have to do with him cheating on me? How that's going to change that? Okay, here we go again. A positive attitude can bring about change. Now, listen to the whole thing now. The positive attitude and the change that can happen this is the start. It starts within you. See, life is 10% what happens, is 90% what you do about what happens. Okay, you gave 12 years of your life to this man. He cheated and left you holding the bag, the kids and everything. Now, what does being positive have to do with changing that? Or they came in and they fired you. You lost your job that you was a stellar performer at. But now how does you having a positive attitude, how does that change things for you? So far, we can use any example. Here's what happens. When you have a positive attitude, what it produces within you is a positive approach to life. And when you have a positive attitude and a positive approach to life, it causes you to be optimistic, to have a positive outlook, to expect things to eventually turn around and turn into a positive. That's very important because as the law of attraction comes into play, if you think positive thoughts, you attract positive things. If you think evil thoughts, you attract evil to you. You know, if you want for nothing, then nothing comes your way. If you want for positive attitude, if you want for positive results, if you want for a great outcome, that's what you attract to you. The change will begin within you. So let's take the man that walked out your life and left you holding the bag. Here's a positive attitude. Okay, two things have happened that's positive here. Number one, you've ridded yourself of someone who was obviously going to be, if not already, been toxic in your life. Caused you many restless nights, a lot of uncomfortable feelings and uneasiness, not sure, insecurity. You've been going through it with this person, whoever they are. Number one, that person has been released from your life. Number two, it allows you now to have the someone who will treat you just the way you want to be treated. That's the positive outlook. That's the optimistic way. That's when you're a positive person, you see the positive in things that happen to you instead of burying yourself under the what's wrong with it, or oh, woe is me now concept. See, a positive attitude, when they came in there and they fired you and let you go, could this not have been just the opening you needed to finally start on a new career path that you've been talking about doing anyway? Could it possibly be a brand new chance for you to get the dream job or dream career of your choice? Could it not possibly be the perfect opportunity now for you to finally do something about that gift, about that talent that God gave you, that thing that you love to do? Could it not be the perfect time for you to pursue that? But if you don't have a positive attitude, then you lay there. Oh, they finna come get my house. Oh, what I'm gonna do now? Oh, this unemployment ain't enough. Oh, Lord, when this unemployment run out, what am I gonna do then? I won't have nothing. And you, oh, woe is me, until you become, oh, woe is me. But if you take it from the positive approach, some amazing things can happen in your life. I would tell you on a personal note that some of the best changes, some of the biggest moments in my life came after a loss. See, I don't want to go down the list, but boy, I could tell you, let me tell you something. When they didn't want me on the radio anymore in L.A., when they was sick of the way I did radio out there, and they wanted me gone. And on May 23rd, 2005, when my deal was done with the Beat out in L.A., okay, look what happened though. Yeah, I was gone in May, but in September 19th, I started the Steve Harvey Radio Network with 4 cities. You see, but I didn't go, oh, woe is me. I said, oh, okay, God must have something else for me then. Because if he didn't remove me from this, there must be something else. Same thing can happen when you lose and you break up in a relationship. Same thing can happen to you. You never know the one God got for you. Now here you go. Here you go again. Now you get put into a situation where somebody treats you just the way you want to be treated, provide you with a whole lot of aspects of your life you knew nothing about prior to that. But you got to stay positive. If you stay positive, that positive attitude, that optimistic outlook, that always thinking, God got me no matter what happened to me. Some amazing things will happen in your life. It's a fact. I don't know how it works that way. I just know that's what it is. Positive attitude is everything, y'all. So get off the old woe is me negativity train, because it ain't going to take you nowhere but down. And get your outlook up. If you change your attitude, you change your altitude. Altitude is determined by your attitude. How high you go, how big you become, how far you go. It all depends on how you think. It all depends on what type of attitude you got. Ain't no very, very successful super negative people. It just doesn't coincide that way. If you see that, something happened to them along the way, and don't worry, you ain't got to worry about it because you ain't going to see them long, because you can't stay up there like that. It's just too hard. All right? That's the conversation.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your undivided attention, please? During these difficult times of quarantine, I have said I was going to start a show with a quarantine song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what you got?
I forgot that I had said that.
You didn't write nothing.
So I didn't write one. So here we go. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a quarantine song that is a repeat. I dedicate this to my co-host, Jazz.
Yes.
Jazz.
Look at that fool's face.
Jazz. Let me worry thee.
Love the background, too.
I want out. I want out. I want out of here ever so dearly. Do, 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 do. Yeah, so that's it. Good morning, Shirley.
Oh, that's it?
Steve, I thank
Yeah,
you
that's
so
all.
very much from my heart.
Yeah, Carla Farrell.
Good morning, Steve. What's up, crew?
Ain't nothing but a witty. Well, ain't nobody here. Tommy, what's up, man?
Doggy dog, we in the building, baby. Let's get to it, man.
Yeah, this is how we
Thursday.
started it years ago. You know, we didn't have all that. It was just us.
Awesome foursome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so.
true. Back to the beginning, huh?
Big
know,
ups to
go
Thick
ahead.
and Died. That's not here.
Yep.
Who?
That's right. They'll be back tomorrow.
Thicker
Big ups
cell
to
and
He said
And-
sick and
and
die.
Sick and die.
Sick and die.
It's short for sickle cell and diabetes.
yeah.
That's
Too
terrible.
sick.
We
Tommy.
are so
Show.
wrong on
That's
this
cool.
show.
I mean,
So
we
I'm cool with
nicknamed
that. I
that
like
years
that.
ago.
Sick and die. You gotta go with it.
It's just wrong, though. It just is.
Well, you
How
know,
you feeling today, Steve? You
ain't
good?
our fault. Yeah, I'm good. You know. This Corona thing, man. Donald Trump. Listen, if
Oh, he's mad at Twitter now, social media.
oh
Try
yeah,
to
because
shut them
they
down.
for the first time ever they started fact checking
yeah.
the things he was putting on Twitter. So now
got
he
mad.
mad because they busting him with the truth. That's pretty. This is an interesting guy that's in this White House.
He's
And if
saying
we
they're
don't
trying
get
to
out to
shut-
vote, man, I just don't want to talk about him for 4 more years.
Right, exactly.
I just don't.
Exactly.
I don't
He's saying they're
wanna
trying to
feel-
shut down the conservative voice.
Yeah, no, we're trying to shut down some of these lies.
You're going to have to pull up on all this line. You
Yes.
ain't got
Man.
the lie, Craig. You just
Man, I mean,
lying.
talking just lie for no reason.
For no reason. When the truth will do, as you always say, Steve.
Lie and tweet and lie. That's all he do.
And you're
And
the
he'll
president.
tweet or lie.
So now he's mad. So you're going to try and shut them down?
Dog, what?
Don't you need to go through Congress to do all of that? I mean,
You
So
can't
you-
just shut down a media platform because you don't like what they saying.
they
You
should
don't
back
even know
check
the law.
you. All right, well, coming up, we'll talk more about our illustrious
We're going to
leader
lie
of the-
some more when we come
leader
back.
of the free world. Yeah, you guys think of some outrageous lies that you've told. See if they compare. We're coming back at 32 minutes after the hour. That's right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, coming up at the top of the hour, civil rights attorney and our friend and family member, Benjamin Crump, will be our special guest. Of course, we're going to talk about the unfortunate murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis. We'll talk about that.
Police brutality.
Yeah, at its worst, And also, before we went to break, we talked about the president, and he's mad at Twitter now and social media, calling, he might shut it down, he's saying, because they're fact-checking him on the things that he tweets.
Okay, cool.
You can't
You know
shut
what?
nothing
I'm-
down.
You know, he can't. But you know what? Shut it down. Then what you gonna do?
Right. Then
Cause see,
You the only
how will
one
you-
using it.
How will you administer then?
ain't nobody using it more than you. I ain't typed nothing on it. I say go ahead and shut it down. And then what you gonna do? Because they fact checking you, which means they're just going over some stuff you're saying that's not true. They're not trying to quiet conservative voices. They're trying to quiet down some of these lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too many. It's too many.
You
It's
got to
too
lie
many.
about every damn thing.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta lie, Craig.
What's the biggest lie, the most outrageous lie you've told, Steve?
Woo!
Not the woo woo.
But you're not the president, so it's okay.
Woo! Ooh, just give me an age and an instance.
Okay.
I got some classics.
One of my lies still going. I can't tell that one. Go ahead.
Not that you living your life.
Okay, age 32. Where were you?
32.
32.
Ooh.
Careful. Get your thoughts gathered.
I told a man that fixed my car because I was homeless. $412.
Yeah.
If you fix this car, I'm coming right back with the money. Homeless. The hell I got $400.
You were living in
So
your
what
car.
happened? How'd you get
He
the
fixed it,
car?
I drove off. He fixed a car in Kentucky, I drove to Florida.
How
I can't come
convincing
back
you
in
must-
here, dog.
He believed you, though, right?
I can't come back
He
in here.
always headed across the world.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go south because it's warmer. You can't stay up in Kentucky and get cold. Tennessee it get cold sometimes.
Okay.
I had to go
All right.
south.
All right.
Hell,
Oh, my God.
So did he chase after you or in the
No.
way you was-
I told him I'd come right back.
Oh, he gave you the car. Oh,
Yeah, he gave me the car. Nice, man. I
Oh,
felt
boy.
bad about it, but that's
Yeah.
one of the big lies I told. Give me another incident, Cheryl. I got plenty. What you need?
Give him another age, girl.
All right. Let's see. That was 32.
Get in
How
them
about-
20s.
How about, yeah, I was
Yes.
going to say, how about 26, Steve? 26.
That's a good age,
Yeah,
right?
26.
God, that's
Shirley,
that's
I'm
the
going to play
strongest.
these numbers. 26, 30.
30,
I took
32, 26.
I took the
love it,
military entrance exam.
Okay.
I was about 27 though, and you could still go to the Army at 27.
Okay.
I scored really high on the test. They asked me what I wanted to do. I told them I wanted to be in the medical field. I went home and told my brother, hey man, I'm enlisting in the Army. I ain't got nothing going for me. I got to make some money. I got these 2 kids. He said, what you gonna do? I said, I'm joining the Army. He said, your black ass can't get in no Army, dog. He said, cause you don't follow orders.
Oh, yeah. You don't like.
You don't like nobody telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Steve, you gonna go down there and just start knocking them little white kids out. Your ass can't go no Army. He said, go back down there and tell them you can't go. So I went back down there and told them, I can't go to the Army no more because my uncle is passed and my aunt needs my help.
Oh, that was
my
a big
God.
lie.
Oh my God.
That
death
recruiter
lie.
looked at me and went, bruh, what? That's what he said
He
to
knew
me.
you
He's
were
a black
lying?
dude. He said, bruh, what? He said, say it again to me. I said, my uncle passed and my aunt needs my help. He said, you ain't know he was dead before you took the test?
You
He
can't fool
just
black
died
people
this
with none of
moment.
this, man.
Right.
Black
I
people ain't
said-
taking it.
I said, yeah, but I hadn't thought of it though. Yeah, that's a classic one.
Okay, wait a minute, Shirley.
Uh-huh.
Get a childhood, something he lied about when he was a kid.
All right, let's go
Yeah.
to
Peeing.
12. Okay. so-
Okay.
yeah, 10 or 12, right around in there.
I
Right in
told
Write them
Donna
numbers down,
Bland. I told this girl I liked. I was young. I told Donna Bland we had 4 cars.
You mean your family?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why,
And so what? I mean, why'd you tell her
say
that? Yeah. You,
I
for
wanted
no
her to
reason?
think we was a big time family. We had 4 cars. She said, where you park them? I said, 2 of them in the driveway. She said, where the other 2? I said, in front of the house. She said, let's go around there.
And then what happened? Okay.
Did you
So we
drive?
started walking.
What do you mean you got 4 cars?
So not me, but my family.
Oh, your family. Okay.
So we walked down there. Wasn't no car down there because my daddy wasn't off work. It was in the summertime. She said, where the 4 cars? I said, that one, that one, that one, and that one. She said, go sit in it. Boy, I looked at her so crazy.
She didn't believe you.
If I climb in Mr. Jackson's car, when he's sitting over on that porch,
you gonna get
know,
your
the
butt
ass
towed.
whooping, I'm gonna get.
She didn't believe you, Steve.
Then I said, the door is locked. She said, open it.
This is your car.
Yeah.
I like her.
That's the woman she was gonna be.
Yes.
So as I walked to the next car, she said, go get in that car. I pointed to 3 cars. I wouldn't get in no car. Finally, we got to the 3rd car. She told me to get in. I just ran in the house.
And that was the end. You all
Yeah,
broke
I ain't
up
got
after
nothing for
that.
you. Busted. I don't know what to tell you.
Look at all this lying he doing.
All right. 18.
Ooh.
18, Steve.
That's that good year. Come
Yeah.
on, you got 30 seconds. Tell us.
30 seconds.
A big Trump type lie. Come on.
Shut
Make
down
us proud.
the social media.
I'm going to tweet it when you
type
tell it.
lie. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on, Tony.
I told Janet Hawkins that I loved her from the moment I saw her. She turned around and said, my last name ain't Hawkins.
Coming up next, nephew in the building. The other crazy part of the family.
I tried to learn
with-
her last name before I said that.
Run that prank back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, attorney Benjamin Crump. We're going to talk about the George Floyd murder in Minneapolis. Also, President Trump is mad at Twitter. We'll talk about that a little more later in the show. But right now, the nephew
What
is
don't
here.
care? What don't care?
And we don't either.
Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, don't nobody care.
MySpace.
TikTok, don't nobody care.
He never
YouTube.
considered to stop lying. How about that? Lying.
Google, don't nobody care.
All right, it's time now for the nephew to run that prank back. What you got for us, Neff?
Side job cleaner. Side job cleaner. You know,
Okay,
there's
I like the
something like
title.
Yeah. Show y'all how this works. Side job cleaner. Let's go, cat dog.
Hardware store, this is Robbie. How can I help you?
Robbie, I'm trying to get a order in for some construction supplies I need to pick up.
That's fine. What's your company?
Roofing company.
Roofing company. Okay. Have we done business with you before?
No, you haven't. This is my first time calling. I heard you guys were pretty good.
Appreciate the compliment.
Okay. Now listen, I need to get this as soon as possible, man. Can I possibly pick up these supplies like in the next couple of hours?
Well, normally we don't work that fast. It's kind of a quick turnaround. We got a little bit of a backup, but I can do my best. It just depends on what you need.
Okay. Here's what I need, man. I need 5 rolls of duct tape.
Okay, that's no problem. That's quick.
Okay, I need plastic, man. Listen, if you was gonna wrap up something in plastic that's like about 6'2" in height and 200 pounds, how much plastic you think I would need to wrap that up in?
Okay, just a second. You're asking for plastic, like a roll of plastic?
Yeah, but I need to wrap up something that's 6'2" and like 210 pounds.
I probably would get about 4 yards of plastic.
Okay, I need to get that. Now let me ask you this here. If you was gonna try to put some cement on that to hold it down, how much cement you think will hold that down?
I'm a little confused. You're running a roofing company, right?
Yeah, I'm a roofing company, but I'm doing a little side work for some friends of mine.
Oh, okay. I just got a little confused because you told me this is Tyler's Roofing Company. No problem. We got cement. Wait a minute. You're trying to hold something down?
I'm trying to hold something down. So how many bags of cement do you think I need to hold down something that's 220 pounds?
Wow. I don't know. 8 bags?
8 bags. 8 bags.
8 bags I would recommend at least.
Okay. Give me 8 bags of cement. Now, this is something else I want to ask you. Do you have any type of cleaner, man, that can get paint off the floor?
Yeah, we got industrial cleaners. I mean, we have all kinds of industrial cleaners. Well, you said paint? Is it paint or blood?
Paint.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've got industrial cleaners of all kinds. I mean, do you have a preference?
No, just whatever you could throw in there. I need that. Now, let me ask you this here. Do you have anything that can, like, just kill a smell? You know what I'm saying? If you don't want something to smell, you got anything for that?
Wait a minute. Did somebody die in your place? Is this somebody? Is there an animal or something you found? I mean, I'm kind of confused. You're talking about smell and cleaning up. Did you find some sort of animal on a construction site?
Hey, Robbie, listen, man. Just take the order. That's all I need you to do, okay?
Okay, no, I'm sorry. I wasn't asking your business. I just was a little concerned. What are we cleaning up, and are we cleaning up a tile floor? Are we cleaning up carpet? I mean, what's the cleaner for? Where's the odor?
Okay, sir, all I'm asking you is, do you have something strong enough? Like, do you think ammonia can keep a smell down? What do I need to keep a smell down?
You're definitely going to need ammonia. I mean, you got to get something to just scrub that right down. Because wherever that scent is, if it's in the walls, if you got fabrics in that place, I mean, wherever you got it, you're probably gonna have to have a different type of deodorizer, something for the carpet, something for the walls. I mean, I guess I'm just kind of confused as to where the scent's coming from. And
right, don't worry about all that, man. Hey, man, listen, just write down what the order is, okay?
I got it. I got the 5 rolls of duct tape. I got the 4 yards of plastic. I got the 8 bags of cement. I got the industrial cleaner. I got the ammonia. I'm typing it all in. I got your order.
Okay, let me ask you this here, man. Do y'all have any type of machete, anything that's real sharp that can cut?
What? Okay, hold on a second. Now you're completely off base. You do realize you call the hardware store, right?
I'm calling the hardware store because I need some supplies, man. I'm doing some job on the side. I need some supplies.
Hey, I get that. You said that already, but what I'm confused about is now you're asking for a weapon. What would you use a machete for? I mean, you're talking about what? You're going to chop down some brush? I don't get it. What's the machete for?
Hey, man, listen. Your job is to take the order, man. That's your job, Robbie.
Don't tell me what my job is. I know what my job is. This is my store, man. Okay, I've been working here a lot longer than you even can imagine. And people don't call up asking for ammonia and cleaner and try to get a smell out. I mean, I'm trying to figure out how best to help you. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to figure out.
What you're doing, Robbie, is you're being nosy. You're being nosy. All you got to do is fill the order and have it done in 2 hours when I get there. That's all you got to do.
I can't do that in 2 hours. I can't even. We're backed up at this point. I'm not even sure I can get this done. Maybe tomorrow morning. Does tomorrow morning work for you?
No, man. I got to get rid of this body. I got to get rid of this package today.
Whoa! I need to call. Listen, I need to call the police, man. You just said body.
Hey,
okay?
blood. That right there. That's the problem. White people always want to call the police when it ain't got nothing to do with them. Listen, all you need to do is fill the order.
Okay. Listen, I need to tell you something, okay? And I don't know if you found a body. I don't know if you're responsible for the body. Either way, I don't want to be any part of this business, okay? I don't know what you're planning or where you're trying to bury this thing, but you're basically asking me to be an accomplice to something that's none of my business. Hey, I need your name right now, okay?
I'm not giving you my name.
You said you called from roofing. Hey, listen to me. You said you're calling from roofing company. Are you?
I'm not. Hey, man, let me tell you something. Why you white folks always trying to be authoritative like that? Why you always acting like
white
that?
Folks? What is your problem? It's not about white folks. It's not about purple, green, black, blue, whatever. It's not about white. It's about you asking for that sounds like you're trying to bury a body. Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are you? And if you're not, what is your name? I need your name. I need your name right now.
Hey, man, well, first of all, you at work. You ain't supposed to be talking to me like this.
I don't care if I'm swearing at work. My coworkers, the people here, they all know who I am, and they know if I was talking to some piece of you, that I'd be talking like this too. Okay? I'm gonna trace this call. You hear me? I'm gonna trace this call. I'm gonna get the cops on your and figure out who the you are.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Since you want to know who I am, do you know Marcus?
I know Marcus. I know Marcus. He works here.
Okay.
I know him.
Okay, Marcus is who got me to call you. This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Robbie, you just got pranked by your coworker, Marcus.
You have got to be kidding me. Son of Marcus, I see you over there. I see you, little. I can't believe that. You son of a Marcus. Why don't you tell me this? Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Got you, baby. Hey, I got to ask you, Robbie, you got to tell me this, man. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
That's easy. It's Steve Harvey Morning Show.
And there you have it. You know,
You played too much.
I need some duct tape. I need some cement.
Get your nephew.
I'm
Uncle
working on
Steve.
something.
All right, coming up at the top of the hour, as promised, civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump will be here, and we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, as promised, we got our special guest on the phone, family member. But you know, man, we've given this brother awards for all the work he's done in our community, but I mean, man, I wish we didn't have to award him, but if we didn't have him fighting on the front lines for justice for those people who are the underserved in the Justice Department, I mean, where would we be? He's most notably, probably right now today, the most accomplished civil rights attorney of our time. He's handled the biggest wrongful death cases that we've had in the past 10 years. And now, sadly, just another traumatic death caught on video that has gone viral. It's the murder of Mr. George Floyd in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Crump is presenting the family of Mr. George Floyd. Please welcome back to the show, Attorney Benjamin Crump.
Welcome,
Yes,
welcome
my
on this
dude.
sad
Steve,
occasion.
Paula, nephew, everybody. Steve, thank you
Yes.
always for giving me the platform to talk about how we uplift our culture and uplift our people. And I need you now more than ever because with George Floyd, when I first saw the video, I said, oh, my God, this is another Eric Gardner I can't breathe case.
Yes.
But it's in 2020, Carla and Shirley, and it's worse. It's worse because literally you see a man who is face down, Steve, in handcuffs, and you see a police officer with his knee on his neck, not for 1 minute, not for 2 minutes, not for 3 minutes, not for 4 minutes, not for 5 minutes, not for 6 minutes, not for 7 minutes, not for 8 minutes, but for 9 minutes. And I keep doing that for dramatic effect, Steve, because people need to realize how long this brother was down there begging, calling for his mama, saying, I can't breathe. And the fact that these police officers offer him no humanity. I mean, you had the citizens in the public saying, please just get your knee off of his neck. Y'all gonna kill him. They were trying to de-escalate the situation while the police were supposed to be trained in de-escalation, but they was escalating it. And Steve, I just try to make this point so graphic. If you out there in America, you have a cell phone, just take it and make your stopwatch set for 9 minutes. And then just let the time pass. And as the time passes, I want you to sit there and try to think if you had somebody who had their knee on your neck and you were trying to breathe and you kept begging them, please take your knee off my neck. And they wouldn't. And all these minutes pass and you suffocate to death. Well, that is the last minutes that George Floyd was on this earth. And it is a tragedy and it is murder.
That is what it is. You pointed out something that this man was on the ground with this man's knee on his neck for 9 minutes, and you're trying to get people to understand how long that is. Now, let's talk about a couple things. You talked about training. What is it? I mean, because when I see a victim handcuffed and he's face down, I don't know of any man that can whoop me that's face down and handcuffed behind his back. I just don't know. I don't see how you can whoop me. You might, but I mean, especially, and I have a gun, I have a taser, and I have a billy club. Yeah. And so I'm trying to understand what's in the training manual for the knee and the neck.
You know, Steve, that's what they always try to say, that they're trained to use necessary force. But there was nothing necessary about putting your knee in his neck when you already got him handcuffed and he's already face down. And our police expert tells us, because, Steve, I don't know if you noticed how he has his hands in his pocket the whole time, so cool.
Oh, no, chilling.
Yes.
Chilling, man.
Mm-hmm. His left
like
hand.
I got how comfortable the police officer was that this was totally under control. I got this man handcuffed, my full body weight with my knee on his neck. I can put my hands in my pocket because there's nothing he can do to me. I was sitting there going, okay, so, all right, Crump, let me ask you this, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now some pictures have surfaced of this police officer with a hat that says "Make Whites Great Again." Have you seen this?
I have seen it. We haven't been able to authenticate it, Steve.
Okay, I got you.
So we have not validated it.
Okay.
But we do know these officers, these 4 officers that were terminated, Steve, had allegations previously of using excessive force. And we believe the majority of those were on black people.
Yeah. Hey, you know something, Attorney Crump, you and I have talked about this many times. I have come to the conclusion that this is what I think, in my opinion, has to happen. I understand the anger. I understand the protest. I get it, man. When you take people who have been trying to get your attention for a while, they mad. And so I understand the protest. Now, the protest that turned violent, that's I understand the anger. I just get the anger. Mm-hmm. I think there's something else that has to happen here. Attorney Crump, hang on. We'll be right back. We got more with Attorney Crump right after this. I have several questions for you about this case, sir. Please hold on.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, y'all, we back with civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, and we've been talking about the Mr. George Floyd murder. And I'm very serious about this, and I want you to just give me your opinion. I think that this ends when we have what I'm calling white outrage. That's the only thing I see. We have to have white outrage. I did a closing remark a couple of weeks ago during the Aubrey situation. And I just asked if I could find just a few good white folks, just a few who are as outraged as we are. I then asked the few good white folks, if y'all could just treat us like you do the snow leopards, if you could treat us the way you treat polar bears or any other endangered species, it would help us greater. The Amy Cooper video that called on the black man in the damn park,
Central Park, Karen.
Yeah. Yep.
She was choking that little punk ass dog of hers, and Peter came forward and took her dog from her.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
If we could get Peter on our side,
come on, boy.
because they treat us like animals. If we could get Peter on our side, and if we could get the Jewish Defense League on our side, and the ACLU on our side, we need some white outrage to fight that. Could I form a campaign that could make that happen, in your opinion, sir?
I think you could, Steve, and that's necessary because black people have been outraged for decades. It don't seem like they care. But where are the people who are moral people? As Martin Luther King said, you cannot call yourself a good person. You cannot call yourself a moral person if you see evil and then you turn and look the other way. That's not the definition of a good person. And so when we talked a while back, Steve, about my book, Open Season, the legalized genocide of colored people, it was not just these tragic killings of our unarmed children, mostly young black men and young women in a lot of regards, but it was also what happens in the aftermath. The fact that in Ahmaud Arbery, over 10 weeks passed and the system tried to cover up his lynching. And then you look at this lynching of George Floyd by the police. And Ahmaud Arbery, they were wannabe police. They were quasi-police. These were the real police. And you see the mayor terminated them based on what he said was just one of the most horrific executions he's ever seen.
Hey, hold on right there, Attorney Crump. Listen, y'all, we'll be back with more. I think we have a very enlightening conversation going on. I think we're going to hold him over. We'll be right back with more from Attorney Benjamin Crump right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back. We're talking today with one of the most renowned civil rights attorneys of our day and time today, and that's Attorney Benjamin Crump. We've been angry for a long time, and we keep getting angry, and we keep protesting, and it keeps happening.
But then you see the district attorney saying, Well, we still got to investigate. And
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, Steve, what do we have to investigate? The video showed us everything we needed to see. If this was your children or my children, Steve,
Come on.
and they had a video, man, they wouldn't need no more probable cause. We get arrested with no video at all every day. But when the police kill us, they say, oh, we got to investigate for 4, 5 months, 6 months, and hope everybody forget about it because they know they're going to kill another unarmed black person, and all the attention will go from this case.
Wow.
And so that's why we need the white outrage, Steve, because
Yeah. See, that's where I'm at with it right now, because I think, like you said a second ago, and like I said before, and I have to repeat myself sometimes because I only got a couple of good sayings, so I use them a lot.
What?
No, for real. Slavery didn't end just because black people got tired of being slaves.
Okay.
There was a large group of well-meaning whites who went, wow, we're going to form a group called abolitionists, and we're going to help these people because this ain't right. We are at another point in our world where this ain't right. I mean, man, you don't know the calls I've gotten from Africans going, man, why they hate y'all like that over there. You don't know how many calls I've got from friends of mine in the UAE going, what in the world is going on over there? We need well-meaning white folks. I'm just looking for a few good white folks. And I'm going to start the campaign. I really am, man. I just need, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to just start it. I'm going to just start with me. I was going
to say, let me put something on the record for you and Shirley, because y'all do understand Minneapolis is where Philando Castile was killed, and his little girl was in the back seat. His girlfriend Diamond was FaceTiming on Facebook Live, and they did not convict that officer. But there was a white woman from Australia in a dark alley where a Ethiopian police officer shot her accidentally in a dark alley. They convicted him and sent him to prison for 15 years. Wow. No criminal history, no excessive force. And then, Steve, they awarded her family $25 million without even them having to file a lawsuit. Philando Castile, his killer did not go to prison, and they only gave his family $3.5 million when we talk about the value of black life. So it's going to be fascinating now that we're in the same city on George Floyd case that, with all due respect to Philando Castile and the woman from Australia, I think is far more horrific. And so, Minneapolis, what are you going to do now? How are you going to treat this black life?
Yeah.
Because where's the white people to say, George Floyd needs to have equal justice where the police go to prison and his 2 children, one of them 6-year-old, one of them 22, who can get a college education. And that 6-year-old baby, when she grow up, Steve, and she's about 10 or 11, and she's learning about how to be a woman, and she says, well, where's my daddy? Where's my role model? And we're going to have to say this video is what happened to your father.
Wow.
Ben Crump, we applaud you, Attorney Ben Crump. I mean, you're out here all the time fighting. It's nonstop. Yeah, you're on the front lines.
Your truck is loaded, Ben.
Yeah,
it is
we
loaded.
We applaud you, and you know we support you, and we love you.
And I didn't mean to get that emotional, y'all. I was just listening to Steve, and it clicked in me that it's just such a double standard. We need our white brothers and sisters to say that we can't have 2 justice systems in America, one for black America and one for white America. We got to have equal justice for the United States of America.
Hey, Attorney Crump, hang on 1 second right there. Folks, we'll be right back with more Attorney Crump right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back. Steve Harvey Morning Show, and we're talking with Attorney Benjamin Crump. This is the only way this is going to change. See, you can't. The reason we need the Jewish Defense League to help us, ACLU, what's the organization of white evangelicals down south? What is that called?
I have no idea.
You know, Southern
Christian
Oh,
Baptist.
Southern Baptist.
Not the
Baptist.
Southern Poverty.
What do you mean, Southern Baptist?
The Southern Baptist.
Yeah,
you're
the
talking
Southern
about
evangelicals, the white group of religious leaders down south. See, what you can't do is, if you allow hate to exist, then it's going to eventually get over there by you. See, but the Jewish Defense League has to help us because it's a hate crime against black people. Most people that don't like black people probably don't like Jewish people either. Most people that don't like Jews or black
Usually
people
works that
probably
way.
don't like gay people either. Most people that don't like none of them groups right there probably don't like the other group. So once we allow hate to exist on any form of any group of people for any reason and we allow it to go unchecked, it can easily spread to the next group. That's why I'm calling on white outrage to join in with us, because I know every white person I ever talk to says, this is deplorable. All of them say this is deplorable. Okay, then help us. Stand with us, because when they see us out there, it don't count. Look, man, we've been marching for years.
And Colin
They done
Kaepernick
found ways to
kneeled.
negate that.
Yeah.
So
They-
now what they do is every time they shoot one of us, they start doing a background check to tell you, well, he had a criminal
some money's
background. He
background.
sold some weed one time. He stole a book, stole some chips. You know, and
That's so
they
very
try
true.
to discredit us.
Yeah.
Yep.
They said
So-
Mr. Floyd was resisting arrest, and
I saw the tape. The man wasn't resisting
He
nothing.
wasn't.
But when you had him on the ground, though, and the man was pleading for you to get up off.
For
Look,
9
man, when a
minutes.
black dude starts calling on his mama, he is in his last moments of I just help where my mama at. Maybe she can help me. And you could see the man go out under his knee.
you can
And he
hear
still
it
sat there
in his
with his
voice. You
hands
can
in his
hear
pocket.
it.
So
With his
painful
hands
to
in his
watch.
pocket.
Yeah.
Because
So
he had the
painful to watch.
situation under control. And he was comfortable with it. We got to
for
get
everybody to sit there and watch it, even the guy
Yeah,
that was
for-
facing the camera.
And for
He
the
just stood there.
officers to do nothing.
They was calm like it was nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, if you're talking about the officers,
man.
now for the people who were saying that the people with the cameras filming it should have did something, that's
No.
how you get killed.
That's how you get. I'm talking about
That's
the
right.
officers.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
the
not talking
officers.
about
But
the officers.
this is what I want to say. Here's what bothers me about this situation. Police officers who work in high crime areas oftentimes complain that they can't solve crimes and they can't get to the root of the problem because there's a no snitch policy in the hood. And if you all would just help us solve these crimes instead of playing this no snitch rule, we could help keep you safe. That's the police on 48 Hours, on Forensic Files, on PD Live. If you watch all these shows, that's their number one complaint about high crime areas. They have a no snitch policy. Ain't nobody seen nothing. Don't nobody know nothing. Well, the police have a no snitch policy. See, the police sit there and watch a crime in progress because you know this ain't right. And because he is your brother in blue, you sit there and allow a crime to be committed, and you won't come forward to say this was wrong. Because you got to stand with your brother because y'all put y'all lives on the line together out there in them streets. Now listen to me. You can't ask for no snitching to work on this side and don't have no snitching to work on that side. They have a department in the police department called Internal Affairs. All police officers hate them. You know why? Because they investigate police officers. But why the hell we need police officers being investigated if they there to uphold the law? Because a lot of them, not the majority, but enough of them break the law till we have moments like we have like this. So until police officers, I think, Benjamin, Brother Crump, until police officers start standing up and saying, hey man, we can't do this type of thing right here. I think the no snitches in the police department, big as it is in the criminal system.
That's profound, Steve. I remember going on some television shows when we were doing the Mike Brown and Tamir Rice case, a certain little network named after a little animal that runs through the woods, and I would go on there, and the guy who is no longer on there, who used to have the no spin zone. He would literally say to me, Steve Harvey, well, Ben Crump, we're here on another police shooting, and you and Black Lives Matter people are saying that all police officers are bad. Do you believe that? Because wouldn't you agree most police officers are good people? And, Steve, I would always say back to Bill that, hold on, you would agree that all black people aren't bad. Wouldn't you agree most of them are good? Because we can't let them have the high ground on morality. And what you just illustrated, Steve Harvey, is the perfect point that I know all police officers aren't bad police officers. Right. They have good police officers, but why come these good police officers never tell on the bad police officers when they see them doing crime?
Come on, man.
Corruption?
Bruh, we can't win like this because they take an oath for their brothers in blue to stand with them, sink or swim. So now they go back and they corroborate each other's story in the police report. And so the beat goes on. And then when black people kill somebody, when black people kill somebody white, you go into jail and you already know it. When white people kill somebody black, we assemble a grand jury.
Yeah, we got to wait and see.
We got
we got to see if
this investigate, look over the tape, all of that.
Because they damn near tried to pull that down there in Brunswick.
Oh, yeah.
Because they was going to assemble a grand jury to see if them two, that father and son, murdered Aubrey. No, partner. Hold up. And I do applaud this mayor in Minneapolis. You say he's a former civil rights attorney?
He is. And he reached out to the family, and he said very appropriate things, and I think he was sincere. But your actions speak so loud, we need not hear your words. It's going to be interesting that most time black people, Steve, we can't get full justice. If you don't go, the police officers don't go to prison, they'll give you a big settlement, but you didn't get criminal prosecution. Well, if you get the criminal prosecution, they say, well, no, the children can't get no settlement because it was intentional. But when that white lady was killed in Minneapolis, she got a criminal conviction, and they took care of her family, and she didn't even have children. Now, George got 2 little children, 2 girls that need to be taken care of. What is this mayor going to do for them after we get the police convicted? Because I love what his brother said, Stephen. You are like this, and Tom, I know you will too. He said that the same way they had the knee on my brother's neck, we going to keep our foot on their neck until they charge and convict these murder police officers who took our brother from us.
Come on, man.
Amen.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir.
See, this
Yes,
is the only
sir.
way it can happen, man. We have to.
No.
We knew this been going on. We just can't believe now y'all can see it and still ain't doing
And
nothing.
still,
The
you see
shock
what we
for
see.
us now is, okay, now we showing it to you and you still ain't doing nothing? Hold
There you
up,
go,
man.
Steve.
Yeah.
There you go, Steve.
That's the
it.
shock.
Ben Crump, we applaud you, Attorney
Man.
Ben Crump. I mean, you're out
Yo.
here all the time fighting. It's
On the front
nonstop.
lines.
Yeah.
For you, brother, we always here for you. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking out the time this morning.
We love you.
Yes,
Always
we
on
do.
the front
Hey,
line.
thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
God bless y'all. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Steve.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to SteveHarveyFM.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. You could be, or we could be reading your letter. You could be hearing your letter live on the air, just like that one right there. We're going to do that right now.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
Thank you, nephew. I can't even get drunk in peace. One more time. I can't even get drunk in peace.
This
What is
got to
the
be a
world
COVID.
coming to?
This got to be a COVID letter.
But it seems like this letter is tailor-made for our crazy show, though. Dear Steve and Shirley, I am a 45-year-old black man. My fiance is 56, and she's a great woman, but I'm worried about marriage. We'd like to kick back and relax and drink wine and alcohol. It depends on our mood. So sometimes it's wine and sometimes it's the hard stuff. We pretty much drink every day after work. I'm more relaxed and mellow when I've had a few drinks, but she is the opposite of me. She likes to get angry, cuss and fuss and bring up a bunch of old stuff, trying to start an argument. It really messes up my buzz, and I'm afraid of losing my cool one day and end up telling her to leave me to hell alone. I've dealt with anger management all of my life, and I've learned how to calm myself down with Bible verses and positive affirmations I got while I was in prison.
Whoa.
She knows all, you heard me. She
from?
knows all of this, but she still likes to get in my face and push me to my limit. I have to keep avoiding her. I don't have family in town we live in, so if things get bad, I have nowhere to turn to for some peace. Most nights she gets rambunctious and then wants to make love, so I'll forget how bad she has been acting. I swear that it always works because she is really good in bed. I have told her that she has a problem with drinking, not a drinking problem, and we need to figure out a way for her to drink socially without losing her temper every time. I'm a laid-back type of brother and need to know if I should keep encouraging her to do better, or should I reconsider marrying her? I trust your advice because this is a major decision. Yeah, you have to consider this if you're thinking about marrying someone. And this letter got deeper, seems like every sentence. There was something new to learn about you two. I think the two of you need to put the alcohol down, or you at least need to keep it to a 2-drink minimum or something like that, like they do at the clubs. And listen, I just, this hard liquor that you guys are doing, this wine, it's just not for you guys. I mean, I think you need to step away from all this Hennessy and stuff that you guys drink. Drinking every single day after work, I think that's too much for you guys. I really do, because you don't know how to handle your liquor. You say you're chill and you're cool and everything, and she's the exact opposite. And of course, no one likes an ugly, nasty, mean-acting drunk. Nobody likes a mean drunk. The bad part is that you say she's great in bed and she's trying to make up for her bad behavior, you think. So do you really think that she knows what she's doing and she's just trying to take advantage of the situation? If that's true, I think that's part of the problem, because she knows what she's doing and she knows she's just trying to push your buttons. She definitely needs to stay away from the alcohol for a while.
Get in here, give it to me. Get in here, give it to me.
Yeah, you guys need to get a hold on your relationship. I don't think you need to consider marriage right now. You're not in that space. You're not ready for all of that. That comes with a whole. You really will be drinking if you marry her now. You need to get your relationship back on track. You need to talk to her. You need to stop some of all this drinking, because the two of you together can't handle it. That is not going to last. Your relationship will not last like this, and a marriage certainly won't. So yeah, reconsider marrying her and put the drinks down. Steve?
It's so much I want to say in this damn letter. I don't even know where to start.
This letter's crazy.
Woo! So let me just try to go a line at a time. But we all know what's wrong. I'm a 45-year-old black man. Your fiance 56, great girl. I'm worried about marriage. Well, let me tell you something, sir. After listening to this letter, marriage ain't what y'all need to be worried about. There's a whole lot of other things wrong before we go down the aisle.
Right.
We like to kick back and relax and drink wine and alcohol. I don't know if y'all notice it, but that's everything.
That's everything.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That's everything. Ain't nothing off limits. We like to drink wine and alcohol.
Uh-huh.
Everything is up. If you ain't got none of that, give us some of this.
One more time, I like
if
that.
If you ain't got none of that, give us some of this. We gonna drink it. She 56, I'm 45. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it. It depends on our mood. Which, now watch this.
Okay.
So sometimes it's wine, and sometimes it's the hard stuff.
That's two different moods.
Now, guess when their mood is? We pretty much drink every day. This is a letter about a couple of alcoholics.
Yes.
Is what this is. Let me stop all this. Y'all are functioning alcoholics.
Every day.
You go to work and drink every day. That's a functioning alcoholic. I'm more relaxed and mellow when I done had a few drinks. But she the opposite. She get angry, cuss, fuss.
Hold your response till we come back at 23 minutes after the hour, okay?
Now!
We'll have part 2 coming up. Subject, I can't even get drunk in
I'm
peace.
drinking now!
We'll be back at 23 minutes after the hour. We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. I can't even drink. I can't even get drunk in peace. Lord.
All right, folks, here we go. This is a letter we've determined on the last break. This is the recap. 2 alcoholics that wrote in. And both of them got a problem with each other. And, you know, because first off, they drink, depending on their mood, either wine or alcohol.
Yes.
When a person says alcohol, that's anything. Brown liquor, clear liquor, bitter liquor, sweet liquor, dessert wine, champagne, Ripple, Thunderbird, Manischewitz, Mad Dog,
2020.
Macallum, Hennessy, Crown, E&J, Canadian Windsor, Tito's, Bumpy Face, Grey Goose, Ciroc.
Tequila.
Just, it's all what? Oh, if you ain't got that, give us wine, box wine, bag wine, yellow wine. Girl, he had some pink wine. It's rosé. But mine was pink.
I'm thinking wine cooler.
Wine cooler, Steve.
You just all down in here buying champagne and all this. Y'all just drinking whatever. Just a couple of alcohol. Now, and they drink every day after work. So they functioning alcoholics. I'm more relaxed and mellow. This is the 45-year-old black man that wrote the letter. And he's a fiance is a 56-year-old great woman. She likes to get angry and cuss and fuss and bring up a bunch of old stuff trying to start an argument. Now, this is every day. This
Every
ain't
day.
on the weekends.
Nope.
After work. When I punch out at 5 and I get to the house and we start just drinking at 6.
Why are you talking like you're drunk?
At 8 o'clock, I'm finna tell your ass something.
That's her.
Black ass make me sick. Baby,
he's-
come on now,
yeah.
chill. I'm trying to be drunk in peace.
You want to
Let
make
me
love
have
after
this.
that.
I let you have nothing. But if I
a
do let you
mean
have it,
drunk.
it's gonna be so good you're gonna want it again. What? Just angry.
Yes.
And it really messes my bud up. I'm afraid of losing my cool one day and end up telling her to leave me the hell alone. That's all you gonna say?
He's chill, Steve. He's real
That's
chill.
cause that's how you so chill. I kill you, girl. Leave me the hell alone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I told her to leave me the hell alone. God, dog. What the world finna happen now?
Stupid.
So then he says, I've dealt with anger management all of my life, meaning he used to fly off. But let me tell you how he fixed it. I learned how to calm myself down with Bible verses and positive affirmations I got while I was in prison. But soon as I got out of prison, I started drinking and met her, and we drank every day.
That's
That's
the part.
the
That's
Bible verses I be pulling up. Cause I be drinking every day, reading the verses in the Bible. and then I be positive affirmations because of the drinking.
What?
What?
Say what now?
She knows all of this, but she still likes to get in my face and push me to my limit. I have to keep avoiding her. Because I don't have family in town. No, that's because when you got out of prison, ain't nobody, you ain't coming over here. You done stole the last money out mama pocketbook. So if things get bad, I have nowhere to turn for some peace. So most nights, she gets rambunctious and then wants to make love. That's angry love.
Right there. Angry sex.
What you looking over here for?
Get in here, boy. Get in here.
You know you want this here. You want it. Quit looking at it. Want it. Come on over here. Bite me.
She's angry.
Your black
mean.
ass.
You bit me yesterday.
Over here looking at it. Tear it up before I kill you. She make love so good, I forget how bad she been acting. That's cause I do it out of you. And next thing you know, you ain't even mad at me no more. Just over here, cause I'm just full of hatred.
Help us, Lord.
You ain't got no good love until you done had some hateful love. Ooh, boy, I'll put this hateful love on you. Full of hate.
What it sound like?
Feel like a crab, a giant crab claw. Angry love. I'll bite your whole bottom lip off. Kiss me in the mouth and watch this.
We gotta go. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM.
I don't even
on
have no
Instagram
advice
and
for this couple. Y'all need to quit drinking.
Yeah, they
quit
definitely
seeing
need to
each
do
other.
that.
Two things need to happen. Y'all need to quit drinking, and y'all need to break up.
And some more prayer meetings.
Again, post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. And please don't forget to check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 minutes after the hour, our girl from the talk, Sheryl Underwood, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, Steve, come on, introduce our girl, please. She is here from the talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, stop all this messing around. Shirley Underwoody.
Shirley Underwoody. Let me tell you something. Can I just tell you something? Why I'm always happy to be part of the Steve Harvey Morning Show is because, you know, we real over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We can be hurt and frustrated and still will get a laugh because we're not going to let the devil beat us down. You know, the black man bird watching, first of all, this Negro is bird watching in Central Park.
The only one I know.
Okay.
I know a lot of black people.
That bird watch, but this a hard
I
brother.
ain't never known one of them watch a bird.
Her hard bird watching brother in the park. White lady feels like she fear for her life. You know, the only life you feel for, the dog you was choking with the leash that he told he wasn't even on the leash. She bring it along because he was choking around the neck with the collar.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
And see, to me, listen, it's a list of them. What is the parking lot Patty, barbecue Betty? What the
Central
Park
Park.
Karen?
That's right.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of them. I said on talk, I need white folk. I need y'all to have a meeting. I need y'all to get y'all white folk in check. You know what I'm saying? Because this don't make no damn sense. And then the brothers say, you know, I just want people to recognize racism. I don't want her to get death threats. You know?
But you could have died.
Okay, Shirley, Strawberries, keep it real. El Shabazz, Malik Shakur Strawberry. Oh, I was going to let it lay there, Carla, because I work at CBS.
Right.
But you know what the
Shirley
problem is? But
13X.
listen to me. The what Shirley said shows the compassion that black people have because black people knows what it feels like to be
canceled. The culture, canceled culture. Just
everything
done to you for the simplest of things.
Yes. Oh, I got something for you. It ain't over. It ain't over. Everybody that loved Tiger King need to apologize to Michael Vick right now.
Huh.
See,
Yes.
Okay.
oh,
All right.
y'all didn't want to go there with that one.
Okay.
Huh?
No.
Okay.
Come on,
Everybody,
Cheryl.
all
Come
the
on.
stuff been done to the animals from the Tiger King, but you want to get him out of jail. Ain't nobody apologized to Michael Vick. See, this is the problem we have. I'm gonna have to come back. Can I come
Yes,
back?
yes.
Because there are more
come
of the
on.
things we talk about being black in America, racism, disenfranchisement, treated differently than other people. But I'm gonna need everybody that's watching Tiger King and movies being made, apologize Michael Vick right now. What? Somebody go to break. I'll come back.
All right, Cheryl, hang on.
Shirley
hang on.
13X. Shirley 13X. Go to break.
All right. We'll have more with Cheryl coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
I'll be ready.
All right, you hear her voice in the background. This is
Oh,
Cheryl
sorry.
Underwood.
Oh,
we
no.
held her
Did y'all
over.
catch me singing for real? What?
Yeah.
Yes.
We held her over because she had a lot to say this morning. Go ahead,
Yes.
Cheryl.
What's
Yes,
on your mind?
okay.
What's bothering
Well, I have more things on my mind. Now, listen. We got an election that we got to win. Am I right, Steve Harvey? We got
That's
to win
all
the
that.
election.
That's exactly right.
Okay, and there's a reason why. I'm going to get to the tragedy that's really bothering us right now. But we got an election we need to win. I need people to stop doing these drive-bys on radio shows and getting their face cracked. Now, Hillary Clinton got on the radio show talking about she got hot sauce in her purse, lose election. Stupid. Elizabeth Warren want to talk about Indian in her family when all black people know we got Indian in our family because my hair is wavy. It's natural. Wave nouveau. Okay. Now, you got Joe Biden talking about if you don't know the difference between me and Donald Trump, you ain't black.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want y'all to know. I was thinking, who the you talking to? But because I'm trying to ride with Biden. And, that's the kind of, when you hear words like that make you go, what? But here's my problem with this. You guys suckered into it. Don't get so relaxed with us that you trying to be hip. Be what we want to elect. Am I right, brothers and sisters?
You right. You right.
Don't try to be something. We don't want to hear that. Don't try to talk into colloquialism. Don't try to relate to us in something that sounds unnatural. When you try to sound young and hip, you sound old and stupid. Now, this is an election we need to win. Am I right, brothers and sisters?
Amen.
You are right, sister.
Amen.
We got to
gotta
win. This
win.
is not a game. This is not a game. You know why? Because now I'm going to bring it home for you. A black man was murdered. A hate crime. Knee in the neck. Not something anybody should be doing. And nobody wants to talk about white supremacy in law enforcement, where we're no longer protecting and serving, but anybody you deal with of color is the enemy to be killed. Am I right, brothers and sisters?
Amen.
Amen,
Cheryl.
sister.
Amen.
And that is why we've got to win this election. I don't care how many times people say the FBI going to investigate, Department of Justice going to investigate. That's the start. That ain't the end. And if we don't have it at the top, see, the president is out here feeding into that rhetoric. That's why these people feel that they can do what they do because they're going to get away with it. And this is why the election is important. You can't just register to vote. You got to vote up and down ballot. You got, shout out to the mayor. The white boy that's the mayor, he did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do.
Mayor
That's
Fry.
right. But it goes beyond that. It's the Congress, it's the Senate, it's district attorneys. It goes beyond that. Why? Because we want justice, not just for George. We want justice for Breonna. We want justice for Ahmaud. We want justice for people we don't even know anything about. We want them to stop fabricating reports. They said the boy is in drugs and he doing all the passing dirty money. What do that have to do with the fact that somebody put their knee on this brother's neck for at least 9 minutes, and here's a man calling for his mama. God rest her soul, mother been dead for 2 years, but that's when this boy knew his life was over. We not standing for this one. We want justice. We either want it in the court system or we gonna take it to the street. Now, I'm not telling nobody to be violent. What I'm saying is this is not a game. So all them little jokes, stop it. Don't come on Black Radio trying to get to know us. Come on Black Radio and tell us, what are you going to do to lead this nation? Because it should not be a death sentence to be black in America. Did I get
Amen.
that?
Man, girl.
Yeah, you brought it home, and you
Okay.
brought it home, Cheryl.
That's
Thank
why
you.
I want y'all to know. You got to remember why Emmett Till picture of the open casket was in Jet magazine because his mother wanted the world to see what they have done to her son.
That's right. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you, and I'm sorry, Shirley 13X.
We appreciate you as always, girl. Get out of
I
here.
love you.
Coming up, more music, more trending topics, and some headlines at 20 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
In spite of what we told you guys earlier this week about the former mayor of Detroit, Kwame Kilpatrick, being released from prison because of COVID-19, well, he has been denied early release.
You're kidding me.
Reverse that, yeah.
Who shut that down?
The parole board shut it down. The Bureau of Prisons, they reviewed his request for home confinement, and it was denied. So he will remain at Oakdale Federal Prison in Louisiana.
First time I heard of them, the Bureau of Prisons. When the first time y'all heard of them?
Well, you don't know
Bureau.
a lot about
Yeah, you
all
don't-
of that. So
yeah,
you
that's
probably
in the
won't-
government.
I don't. That's true.
Right.
Sadly, I do.
And it's the
Yeah.
Federal Bureau of Prisons, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tommy.
he's going to have to live out his time in prison, his sentence.
Well, it may come back
serving.
up again. He can get out.
Yeah.
I wish he would. I thought that was going to be good news because he didn't deserve 28 years for that. He really didn't. The white police officer got 10 years for killing the black dude. Kwame stole some money, got 28 years. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
he took some kickback.
Yeah.
Kill
We know it's
nobody.
a double standard. We know that.
Kill a black man, get 10. Black man takes some money, 28.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We're talking
Do the
murder
math.
and stealing. Murder, taking
kickbacks.
a life, and taking money.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll have more.
We
of
need
the
to
Steve Harvey
rewrite
Morning-
these laws. That's what the hell wrong. All these laws is.
We need to
bad.
vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that's all
definitely
it
need
is.
to vote. More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show and some trending news coming up at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
The president, he's mad at Twitter now and social media, calling he might shut it down, he's saying, because they're fact-checking him on the things that he tweets.
Okay, cool.
You can't
You know
shut
what?
nothing
I'm-
down.
You know, he can't. But you know what? Shut it down. Then what you gonna do?
Right. Then
Cause see,
You the only
how will
one
you-
using it.
How will you
Yeah.
administer then?
ain't nobody using it more than you. I ain't typed nothing on it. I say go ahead and shut it down. And then what you gonna do? Because they fact checking you, which means they're just going over some stuff you're saying that's not true. They're not trying to quiet conservative voices. They're trying to quiet down some of these lies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too many. It's too many.
You
It's
got
too
to lie
many.
about every damn thing.
Yeah.
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
What's the biggest lie, the most outrageous lie you've told, Steve?
Woo!
Not the woo woo.
But you're not the president, so it's okay.
Woo! Ooh, just give me an age and an instance.
Okay.
I got some classics.
One of my lies still going. I can't tell that one. Go ahead.
Well,
Not that you living your life.
okay, at age 32. Where were you?
32.
32.
Ooh.
Careful. Get your thoughts gathered.
I told a man that fixed my car because I was homeless. $412.
Yeah.
If you fix this car, I'm coming right back with the money.
Lord.
Homeless. The hell I got $400.
You were living in
So
your
what
car.
happened? What happened? How'd you
He
get the
fixed it,
car?
I drove off. He fixed a car in Kentucky, I drove to Florida.
How
I can't come
convincing
back
you
in
must-
here, dog.
He believed you, though, right?
I can't come back
He
in here.
always headed. He always headed across the world.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go south because it's warmer. You can't stay up in Kentucky and get cold. Tennessee it get cold sometimes.
Okay.
I had to go
All right.
south.
All right.
Hell,
Oh, my God.
All right.
So did he chase after you, or in
No.
the way you were
I told him I'd come right back.
Oh, he gave you the car. Oh,
Yeah, he gave me the car.
didn't-
Nice man. I
Oh,
felt
Florida.
bad about it, but that's
Yeah.
one of the big lies I told. Give me another incident, Cheryl. I got plenty. What you need?
Give him another age, girl.
All right. Let's see. That was 32.
Get in
How
them
about-
20s.
How about, yeah, I was
Yes.
going to say, how about 26, Steve? 26.
That's a good age,
Yeah,
right?
26.
God.
Shirley, I'm going to play these numbers. 26, 30,
30. I took the military entrance exam.
Okay.
I was about 27 though. Mm-hmm. And you could still go to the Army at 27.
Okay.
I scored really high on the test. They asked me what I wanted to do. I told them I wanted to be in the medical field. I went home and told my brother, hey, man, I'm enlisting in the Army. I ain't got nothing going for me. I got to make some money. I got these 2 kids. He said, what you going to do? I said, I'm joining the Army. Mm-hmm. He said, your black ass can't get in no Army, dog.
All right, coming up, it's our last break of the day.
Last break of the day.
And boy, what a day. And we'll have some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey at 49 minutes after, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are. Last break of the day. What a day. What a day. What a day.
What a day. What a day.
Yeah, for my closing remarks, I want to play this video of this young man that I saw. Mm-hmm. And a reporter had stopped him to interview him about the protests.
In
and
Minneapolis.
This is what his response.
Wow.
This was so impactful because this was a young man talking from his heart, being interviewed in night during a protest in Minneapolis by a reporter. And the young man said, I'm glad you said that because it ain't us, it's y'all. See, here's a young man who in his lifetime, because of social media, has seen this from a very early age. It was like one time at my camp, I had my ranch in Dallas, and we thought it was a good idea to have the Little Elm Police Department come and talk to the boys about safety and everything. Well, it backfired because them young men, all they wanted to know when the police officers came, were talking about safety and all this here, them young men, man, just wanted to know why y'all kill us. And the police officers were caught so off guard because they came there to talk about safety and stuff. And the guy that was in charge of police officers said, Mr. Harvey, we're not equipped for this conversation. I said, well, I think you should be. I said, because, well, we're here to talk about this. I think you should get the young men to get off of this so we can get, no, I'm not going to do that. Because I understood. Because as angry as this young man is, and as right as he is, it is because social media has exposed this ugly form of racism to him since he was a very, very young child and could pick up a phone. He's had a cell phone his whole life. I didn't get a cell phone until I was damn near 30. I didn't even know that. There was no FaceTime and there was no nothing. But at 63, I feel exactly the way he feels. All of us. I know 70-year-olds that feel the exact same way that young man feels. Because you know what? This been going on far too long. But we thought we were misled to believe that if we just showed it to you, if we just let you see it in social media, you would see what we had been knowing all this time, and you would be mortified. You would be outraged at what you saw. Guess what? You're not. You're not outraged at what you see. You're not mortified. You ain't coming to our rescue like we just knew you would if you would only see what they're doing to us. When you see the tape, just like we see the tape, we see a conviction. We see a crime in progress. So now that we got it on tape, the jury, the grand jury, gonna see the same thing. And they don't. Too many times they don't. Now today, Attorney Crump showed us some examples that he had won some cases. And that's beautiful, man. I applaud this brother, one of the top civil rights attorneys of our time today. But we losing too many. And then I got news for you. Too many cases don't ever even become a case. So it ain't no case to win or lose. Sometimes it just ain't no charges bought. So what about that? It's way more of them than the victories. So what the young man is saying, this ain't gonna change till y'all change. And you know what? He's absolutely correct. And that's why I'm making it my mission, starting today, to find the best way to get just a few white folks, just a few, to stand up with us and say, you know what? I, as a Christian, I, as a Muslim, I am as a person of faith, I, as a person of the human race who can say for a fact this ain't right, I need some of y'all to stand up with us because y'all watching it. Now, you might not care, and I might be wrong about this, but I don't think I am. But I don't think that you can sit there, a lot of them that I know, and think this is wrong and not want to do something about it. So what I've decided to do as Steve Harvey is invite you to stand with us. It's not threatening. This is not saying this is what you should do. I'm inviting just a few good white folks to stand with us against these hate crimes of these innocent men losing their lives because a police officer is undertrained and racist and has a view towards black people that's unhealthy in the society that we live in today. This is really what Colin Kaepernick was kneeling for. But they flipped the script on him. Hard to flip the script when it's on video, though, ain't it? So I would think. So I'm going to start today. I'm just looking for a few good-willed, non-African-American / white people to stand with us and stand up against these injustices. Those are closing remarks. Y'all have a great week.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.